I even said that I was going to learn how to drive, but this is me, I don't know how to ride a bicycle. And the highest step that I took in doing that was to watch TikTok videos of driving schools. So it's 9 days into the new year. What have we achieved? Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Doisola, and in this vlog, I'm going to be talking about something that started to interest me August of 2025. At that point, I had written a letter or a note to my newsletter subscribers where I was talking about failing. Because I started to ask myself, like, what happened to me this year? Did life happen to me or did I happen to myself? Because I was like, I had goals. Where did they go? What happened? And I felt like every other year, I say, generally, people say new year, new me, new resolutions, and all of that stuff. But in taking that step back, I started to ask, and I realized that there's one question that we don't ask ourselves. What happened to the last goals? What happened to all the plans that we had made the year before? Where did it fail? Where did it break? Did we achieve them? Or did it derail at some point or the other where we did not actually figure out? And then in thinking, I realized that for the first time ever, I decided to follow a formula, right? So, yeah, 2024, yeah, 2024 leading to 2025, I decided to have a long list of goals. I finally decided that this year I'm going to write out what I plan to achieve, right? So I wrote out a number of things. I even did a YouTube video about it, talking about vision boarding and all of that. But then I started to realize that what is happening to my goals? Where are the things that I've written down? Where are the results? Where are the things I said I was going to do? For one, very big one, I said I was going to step out more, I was going to go out to concerts, going to do all of that stuff. I even said that I was going to learn how to drive. But this is me, I don't know how to ride a bicycle. So what happened, right? Why is it that I felt like for the first time I had written goals that I said I was going to do, and then it seems as though for the first time I did not achieve anything? Because prior to that, when I don't write goals, if I got things done, right? I would say I was going to do this, and by the end of the year, looking back, I said, you know what, I achieved all of this stuff. But why is it when I had written down what I said I was going to do that nothing happened? So I started to think, and reality dawned on me that this one is particularly painful because I said year 25 was the year everything was supposed to turn around, everything was supposed to align, everything was going to be sort of perfect. It was like that set year. I was reaching, how will I describe it? Quarter of a century. It was the perfect year in 25, in year 2025. But where are my goals? Where are the things I said I was going to do? And it was very painful because that gap between the reality of where I was and then the expectations that I had in my head was very heavy. So what happened? I realized that writing goals in itself was not that bad because before that point I would describe it as being spontaneous, being flexible. I could start off on something, right, for the year and say, by this time I'm going to get this and this done. And in the process of doing that, maybe 80% completed, a new idea pops up in my head. And then I go that route. And then I start doing that. And then something new comes up, and then I go that route. But in writing goals, I realized that I did not actually fail, right? What I realized was it was a bit of exposure, it was honesty, and then it was accountability. It was seeing the result of the efforts that I put or that I didn't put, right? How do I describe this? So, for instance, I said I was going to learn how to drive, and the highest step that I took in doing that was to watch TikTok videos of driving schools. I didn't actually go there to see, oh, what do I need to do? How much do I need to pay? What form do I need to get? What days for practice do I have to set out? Right. So why what happened around that time, August 2025, when I started to think was that I saw that every goal that I set forth that I did not achieve was looking right back at me. All my expectations, everything I said I was going to do was looking right back at me. Every missed deadline was staring me back in the face and it was like, you know what, this one is on you. So life did not happen. Or life, where we say, oh, life has happened to me. Life did not happen to me in that case. I was the one that was happening to myself because Writing down goals was like me saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But I was not taking the step. I was not willing to, sacrifice anything. I was not willing to be consistent in anything that I set out to do. So this is why I think we get it wrong. Every year, I said, we have that list of things that I want to do. It's just like, it's the same old you, but you have a new notes list, like a new app. Like, say, oh, you know what, I'm going to use this to document my thoughts. I'm going to use it to document my plans. So you have like 10 goals, 20 goals, 50 goals, but still the same old you. It's like you're writing a set of things. You're writing a to-do list for the version of yourself that is disciplined and then that is perfect. But then this is you. Like, you still have the same habits. You still have the same routine. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changing is you're writing your new plans, your new visions in a different language. You're writing it in new fonts. So as I said, you can't set good for a disciplined version of yourself if you're not ready to do the work. And I like to think that we are the same people, right? We are just different version of ourselves, like different levels. Where we fail to see it is every year we have same resolutions, like new resolutions, new habits. We're going to have new routines, but we skip the reflection part and then we jump straight to planning, and then we forget that planning without reflection is basically repetition. So, as I was saying, what the writing my goals give me, it gave me honesty, right? I was able to say this didn't work. It gave me accountability. I realized that I was not willing to make those sacrifices, not willing to sacrifice time, distraction, excuses, and all of that. And it gave me exposure. I was able to say, okay, these are the things that works this year. These are the things that didn't work this year, and these are the things that I would move forward. So I don't have to start writing a new list, visiting the same thing, not knowing where I stopped, not knowing what I've done. So I was able to say, I've accomplished all of this. This one, not yet. This one, I still need to develop or build the habits to do all of this, right? And this is very interesting for me in particular because I like to say that my new year does not start the moment the clock or the calendar turns January 1. My new year starts January 27. So I like to say that I'm giving myself that time to plan. So you can pick any day. A lot of people will say that January 1 is just any other day on the calendar. I don't like to think so. For some people, that's absolutely perfect. But you don't have to put yourself under the pressure to say, you know what, January 1st, I'm going to do all of this. It can be January 13th for you. It can be February 1 for you. Just make sure you have a definite plan where you say, the year is ending for me at this point and a new year is beginning for me at this point. Give yourself time to plan. So from this video, if you've not done all of that, you still have the time, right? You still have the time to say, what worked for me last year. Go through that reflection process and say, this is what I'm going to be doing this new year. And if you have your list already, you have things that you've set out to do, it's still, from this video, you can still take a step back and say, okay, what worked for me last year? What can I do better? Revisit your list. There's still time to shake things around, right? So I now have a better way to do things moving into a new year because I know what to set aside. I know that there's no guilt. I just have clarity in knowing what I ought to do for the year. So again, another thing I learned is 2025 was not a year that I failed. I just failed to keep track because it doesn't now mean that I did not have wins. I didn't have things that I achieved, right? It doesn't mean that because I was able to learn new skills and all of that. So 2025 did not break me, right? It just gave me the ability to learn stuff. I learned that I could keep on making the same new goals, new resolutions, but I'm still the same old person, right? Again, I said I was going to go out, go for concerts, do all of that stuff, but I can tell you that I spent half of the time of the year, more than half of the time, inside of my house. So, as we are here, 9 days into the year, this is what I want to take away from this video. The first thing I want you to learn is stop skipping the reflection bits. Go back, take a step back, take accountability, be honest with yourself. What worked, what didn't work, what can you do better, what can you cut off your current behavior. And this leads me to the second point. You should know how to count the cost. What are you willing to give to get what you want? What are you willing to sacrifice for the life that you want? And then finally, you should realize that what you're doing is a journey, right? I believe that life is a journey, and you rewriting a list is just you building a map of how you want your life to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just basically a guideline. So before you go and write your list, take time to reflect. Reflect before you plan. So you don't end up repeating. So we don't have the same old you, new resolutions. No, we don't want that. We want a better you and then your resolutions. So as I like to say, a drop of funny for your day, drop of funny for your year. This is my first video. I'm so happy that I got to do this after a lot of postponing. So go on and have a great year. This year, Jurio. Bye guys.